Live from WYLN Hazleton, this is WYLN's late edition News at 10 with meteorologist Joe Garbacek, sports with Beth Mensinger, anchors Lisa Sugar and L.A. Tyrone. News, weather, sports, features, and more. You're watching WYLN's late edition News at 10.
Good evening and welcome to WYLN's late edition for Thursday, October 3rd, 2013. I'm Ann Gownley. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and tonight I'm joined by American Cancer Society's Jennifer Washney. And if you've tried to obtain health care online through Obamacare's exchanges, you may have had a problem. We have details on that. In sports, Beth Mensinger has volleyball highlights as the Lady Cougars of Hazleton took on the Lady Royals of Holy Redeemer. And Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacek is in the Weather Center with the latest on the upcoming rain. But first, late edition's look at tonight's top stories. A wild scene in Washington today as shots are fired at the White House and the Capitol. INN's Phil Doherty has more.
Chaos in the Capitol earlier today when shots were fired. Police say it started when a woman tried to breach White House security by ramming her car into the barricade. She did not get through and was then chased about 12 blocks. Near the Capitol, she began firing and was then shot and killed. A Capitol police officer was also hit. His condition is not yet known. All this happened while the woman's child was in the car with her. The Capitol was on lockdown and security was heightened at the White House as a precaution. No word yet on why she may have done it. The all clear was given just about 1 hour later.
That was INN's Phil Doherty. Now, police have identified her as a 34-year-old Miriam Carey from Stamford, Connecticut. She also is said to have a history of mental illness. A gunman held up a taxi driver in Wilkes-Barre early Thursday and fired a shot through a window. Police say they were called to Park Avenue and Hill Street in the Mayflower section about 1:40 a.m. for a report that that Burgett City taxi driver had been robbed. The driver, 36-year-old Jason Hohal of Plains Township, said he picked up a fare in Sherman Hills and drove him to Park Avenue and Hill Street. The man demanded money and pulled a gun. Hohal hit the gas and took off. The suspect fired a single gunshot which hit and shattered the back window of the taxi. The robber is a black male, late 20s, early 30s, about 5 feet 9 inches tall with short hair. Anyone with information is asked to call police at 570-826-8106. And Wilkes-Barre police are also investigating 2 convenience store robberies. The first one happened at the one on South Main Street about 7:40 last night. The holdup man had a white t-shirt over his face. He demanded money but did not show a weapon. He got an undisclosed amount of cash. Then about 7:45 this morning, the one at Hazel and Nicholson was robbed. The assailant also had a white t-shirt over his face. He didn't pull a gun, but the clerk says there was a bulge on his right hip, which looked like a gun. He got about $400 in cash and a pack of Newport cigarettes. In both instances, the robber was described as wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt and sweatpants. Anyone with information is asked to call police at 826-8106. Wilkes-Barre police charged 2 people with drug trafficking in the Parsons section of the city. They charged 24-year-old Davis Torres with possession and trafficking and 46-year-old Joy Flagger with possession of heroin. Police say they were arrested near George Avenue and Sullivan Street following complaints by neighbors of a lot of traffic. Flagger also had an outstanding warrant from the County Sheriff's Department. There was a fire at the Vitaline plant in Humboldt Industrial Park this morning. It broke out about 20 to 5 this morning. Fire crews found overheated equipment at the plant, but said the fire was contained to an area of origin. 2 maintenance workers who were located in the upper portion of the plant were evaluated for smoke inhalation at the scene, but refused treatment. While much of the plant is still operable, the area where the fire occurred will have to be closed for repairs. Questions whether the city of Hazleton should use community development block grant money to remove debris from a vacant apartment building on the northwest side. At last night's community development meeting, Director Fallon Fermin was questioned by numerous residents and City Councilwoman Jean Mope about the $634,000 in the federal money in the CDBG budget for 2014. Many wanted it to be used to remove the debris of a former apartment building at 590-592 McKinley Street in Hazleton that burned down in April. Member of the City Authority's Board of Directors, John Keegan, says that the city officials should first seek a ruling from the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development to determine if the grant funds can be used for that purpose. Councilman Jack Mundy says that to his knowledge, it's been done before.
I've been saying we should clean it up. It's not coming out of our general fund, it's CD money. The mayor could do it. John Keegan went to a meeting. Why he's against this, I don't know. I have no idea. And I don't know why, Jeannie and I have been fighting for this. I don't know why the other candidates are against it, but I don't know if John Keegan has advised the mayor not to do it for political reasons, but I know he was at the CD meeting last night and argued against it.
Mundy says he has been fighting for the property to be cleaned up for the last couple of months. We spoke with Hazleton Mayor Joe Iannuzzi this afternoon, who says there's nothing they can do about the property until the owner, Lila Yunes from New Jersey, pays the remainder of the money. She already paid $7,000 up front to demolish it, but it will take another $8,000 to have it hauled away. So for now, it just sits there.
We are after her. We're trying to get her legally to bring up that $8,000 or be arrested. We're going to file a warrant for her arrest if she doesn't pay soon. And this is the process we have to go to. Now that we're in litigations, we're not going to go on that property. They want us to go there and clean it. I'm not going to jeopardize the taxpayers' money by going on there and being sued for whatever reason her attorneys could think of. And so we're staying away from it.
Mundy says the way the property sits now is dangerous and hazardous to the community and those living around it.
This should be cleaned up. It's a danger to the neighborhood. It should be cleaned up. It shouldn't be political. It shouldn't be anything. It just should be done. The mayor could do it. He's authorized. Fallon Furman, the director, said all the mayor has to do is give the go-ahead. They would get quotes. I've even been talking to some people about quotes, and it could be cleaned up, and it should be cleaned up.
Although Keegan voiced his opinions on the property at last night's meeting, Iannuzzi says he has no final word or dealings with what the city does with the property.
Jack Monday is obsessed with John Keegan. I don't know what it is, but everything that happens, he brings in John Keegan's fault. John Keegan is the reason I'm not doing this, and John Keegan's the reason I'm doing this, and John Keegan. Jackie Monday should get a new name.
And that's not the reason that you're not doing anything?
Absolutely not. No, John Keegan is not involved in McKinley Street decisions at all. He's not involved in any of these.
Barricades have been put up around the property to protect anyone walking by. Iannuzzi says the city will continue to aggressively go after the property owner to obtain the money and have the property cleaned up as soon as possible. A longtime employee of the Diocese of Scranton was arrested this morning accused of stealing $341,000 over a 7-year period. 66-year-old Sharon Ann Warrunick of 837 Hickory Street in Scranton surrendered this afternoon at the Lackawanna County Courthouse, accompanied by her attorney. She was arraigned and released on $25,000 unsecured bail. The arrest affidavit states that she stole the money using propagation of the Faith Society checks to make payments on a Discover credit card account between February 2003 and August of 2013. Warrunick, a 27-year employee of the diocese, was suspended August 21st, then fired September 6th. The diocese released this statement to the media. The diocese has also increased its oversight and transitioned all internal controls and accounting functions of every Pontifical Mission Office account to the responsibility of the Diocesan Finance Office. Other diocesan accounts, including donations to the Diocesan Annual Appeal, were not impacted. The diocese has and will continue to cooperate fully with the District Attorney's Office in its investigation and is grateful to the District Attorney for the sensitive yet thorough way that the investigation has been conducted. The Hazleton Area School District says money and laptop computers were stolen from the 9th grade center. Superintendent Dr. Francis X. Antonelli said that 2 laptop computers and about $96 in cash were discovered missing from a classroom on Monday. There didn't appear to be any signs of forced entry into the building. The room where the equipment and money were taken from had not been ransacked. The district school resource officers, armed police officers with arrest powers, are investigating the incident. A similar theft of cash happened at the 9th grade center about 3 months ago. It remains under state police investigation. An accident on Interstate 80 eastbound tied up traffic for several hours today. It happened about 11:30 between exit 241B Berwick and exit 256 Cunningham-Nescapec. There were several vehicles involved, reportedly including a couple of tractor trailers. Details haven't been released by state police yet. The road was blocked until about 3 o'clock this afternoon. At its peak, traffic was backed up for 8 miles. Pennsylvania's revenue collections are slightly above projection for September. The Commonwealth collected $2.4 billion in general fund revenue. That's $15.2 million, or 0.6% more than anticipated. Revenue Secretary Daniel Muser says fiscal year-to-date general fund collections total 6.1 0.1% above projections. The month of October is widely known as Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and a fun way to show your support of finding a cure is getting pinked. Earlier this afternoon, Beth Mensinger and myself headed to the Hair Cellar on Muir Avenue in Hazleton to get our hair pinked for a second year in a row. Donna Delahanty is not only the owner of the Hair Cellar, but is also the vice president of the local American Cancer Society unit and the chairperson for patient services. She explained what getting pinked is all about.
Well, pinking is one of our fundamental things. It's not only a fun thing, but it's very noticeable. And people are under a misconception that the pinking is only for breast cancer. It is not. We do raise a lot of money because it is pink, but it goes to patient services of all cancers. But October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so we impact it in October.
Getting pinked is one of the biggest fundraisers, Delahanty said, and it also helps to spread the word.
The pinking is very significant. It helps us remember people who have fought the journey and lost, but it also gives people hope who are in the middle of their journey. And everything the American Cancer Society does is to better the journey.
So what does getting pink entailed? Well, about $10 donation and about 5 minutes of your time.
It's so crazy easy. It's actually just infusing the hair. We use a hot tool and we melt it. It's candle wax. So if you're tired of it, you can kind of just tug at it and it comes out. It doesn't impale the hair at all. And it's hypoallergenic. And it's real hair. You can shampoo the same way you always do and curl.
And Beth and I weren't the only ones helping to spread awareness today. Christy Gallagher of Weatherly was also getting the pink extension in her hair.
I have a couple of relatives and some friends who were diagnosed with breast cancer throughout the years. Some have made it through and some have not. So I just, every year when you think of October, you think of breast cancer awareness. So I just do it for them.
If you're interested in getting pinked in the month of October, you can reach Donna at the Hair Cellar at 570-455-3429. Now, we'll have more information on Breast Cancer Awareness Month coming up later in the broadcast. Well, we told you about veterans forcing their way into the World War II memorial the other day despite the government shutdown. That memorial has become a rallying cry, and one political party has volunteered to pay to reopen it. INN's Phil Doherty has more.
The World War II memorial has become a proxy in this budget battle to counter images of World War II vets showing up to the barricaded memorial. The RNC is offering to pay to keep it open.
Our veterans deserve the freedom to see this memorial, and we're willing to pay the bill. Now it's up to the president just to let them in.
The shutdown, though, definitely is not keeping veterans away from visiting the memorial. More than 100 from Kansas, Missouri, and the Chicago area came to the site yesterday, and representatives from the National Park Service moved the barricades. The visits were arranged as part of an honor flight program. One veteran says he's pleased that the memorial is open.
That was INN's Phil Doherty. Well, it started as a DUI in Illinois, but it's now gotten national attention because of claims that from a woman who was arrested as to how she was treated. And she's using police surveillance video to back up those claims. INN John Garcia has more.
4 sheriff's officers carry 32-year-old Dana Holmes into a LaSalle County jail cell. The 3 men and 1 woman put her face down on the floor and proceed to strip off her clothes. It's all captured on a security camera in a corner of the padded cell.
I was terrified. I felt helpless. I was scared and I lay there crying. I just lay there on a cold cell on the floor of the cell and I just prayed.
Holmes, from Coal City, was in LaSalle County for a wedding and earlier was stopped for DUI by Marseilles police. They reportedly found her almost 3 times over the legal limit.
Are you going to arrest me?
I am going to arrest you for DUI.
But the problems allegedly began after she arrived at the county jail. While patting her down, she can be seen moving her legs slightly, and that's when the officers surrounded her and pinned her to the ground before carrying her by her arms and legs into the jail cell. Her attorney has filed this lawsuit against the sheriff, the officers, and the county, alleging the officers intentionally and gratuitously humiliated, degraded, and dehumanized the plaintiff. Terry Eckel says under statute, only an officer of the same gender is allowed to strip search an inmate after getting permission from a supervisor, and only in a secluded area.
These are on-duty deputy sheriffs humiliating and groping a female inmate. And it makes you wonder, were these guys ever trained?
Holmes says she was cooperative and never argued with the officers.
What do you hope comes out of this lawsuit?
They lose their jobs. I guess we should be treated that way.
That was INN's John Garcia. A highway in Tennessee was a mess after a fatal accident involving a church bell and a tractor trailer. 6 people were killed when the bus had a tire blown out. INN's Andrew Spencer has the details.
From the air, you can see all that remains of the front of this tractor trailer, covered in soot and water after the fire that erupted when it collided with a church bus on I-40 in eastern Tennessee. The bus carried 18 people, mostly seniors from Front Street Baptist Church in Statesville, North Carolina, whose pastor spoke overnight.
We do know that there were several that went on to be with the Lord.
The Tennessee Highway Patrol believes the bus driver lost control.
The bus had a blowout on one of its tires. We believe it to be the front steer axle or steering axle, and it caused the bus to lose control.
The bus then crossed the median, breaking through cables and crashing into the tractor trailer and an SUV. Almost immediately, witnesses flooded 911 dispatch with phone calls.
The first ambulances and fire apparatus were on the scene within less than 5 minutes.
The quick response wasn't enough to save at least 8 people, the driver of the tractor trailer, 6 people riding the church bus, and one of the 3 people inside the SUV were all killed.
We hope and pray that there'll be no more.
Ambulances carried some of the injured to nearby hospitals, while others were taken by helicopter.
Out of those 14, 8 are being treated as critically injured individuals, and we also have 2 that are serious and 4 that are currently stable.
Meanwhile, people in Statesville console each other, hope, and pray.
And that is a look at tonight's top stories. Time now to check in with meteorologist Joe Garbacic in the Bedrock Gardens Weather Center. Joe, is that rain still headed our way?
Oh, definitely. In fact, we have to deal with a tropical storm. It is now Tropical Storm Karen. She has the potential of becoming a Category 1 hurricane. All indications are, taking a look at the latest model runs this evening, she's going to make a run toward northeastern Pennsylvania, interacting with a front, and that spells some very heavy rain as we head into Monday and Tuesday of next week. But before we talk about the rain, we can talk about a big dry spell, practically 2 years without seeing any type of rainfall. On this particular graphic, it was Baghdad, California, back in 1912. It marked the first of, and I don't make these numbers up, folks, this is actually true, the first of 767 consecutive rainless days. Well, we do have some rain, the potential of some significant rain in our forecast. We'll sort out the weather details coming up next.
Hi everybody, this is Richie Molinaro, Marketing Director for Fairway Chevrolet in Hazleton. Since Berwick Chevrolet is no longer an authorized Chevrolet dealer, I'd like to personally invite you to join our Fairway family. We'll provide you with the utmost courtesy from Chevrolet sales, service, and parts to our state-of-the-art body shop and auto spot. We have over 300 new and pre-owned vehicles in stock. We're the #1 commercial truck and business elite dealer in Pennsylvania, and we would be honored to be your Chevrolet dealer.
Heritage SureSave, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. Come see for yourself. They have the freshest selection of meats, cheese, and produce. Baked goods made fresh on premises. They have an in-store butcher who is happy to accommodate your special orders. Be sure to stop in and check out their unadvertised specials. You'll find them throughout the store. See their flyer for weekly specials. Heritage SureSave, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. This week at Heritage, their super hot deal of the week is their boneless and skinless chicken breast, only $1.79 a pound. Homebrew your own wine with Simply Homebrew. Let their award-winning winemaker guide you through the entire process with 3 winemaking sessions, including the use of fresh winemaking juice and grapes, winery-grade equipment. Choose your own bottles, corks, and decorative caps. Design your own custom labels. You will be guided through the entire process from start to finish. It has never been easier to start home brewing. Simply Homebrew, 2 Honey Hole Road in Drums, 788-2311. In the fall, there's nothing more relaxing than taking a walk with your dog on the many paths and trails in our area. You can enjoy all this and help the Relay for Life by participating in the Pause for a Cause Walk Sunday, October 6th at Whitetail Preserve. Registration is at $12.30, $15 per dog, and the 1 mile walk begins at 1:30. For more information on how you and your best friend can help the American Cancer Society's Relay for Life, call Mary at 570-401-3970.
Well, all eyes are focused down toward the south. Like I said, it's been a hurricane season, generally average, but for the most part, the hurricanes, the tropical systems, really did not impact any of the big-time, if you want to call them large cities or places like that. But there was some tropical activity this year. However, now as we are getting closer and closer, as we start to get closer to the ending part of the hurricane season, November 30th, things are starting to pick up. Keep in mind, the peak hurricane season was September the 11th, and now we're in October. Anything can happen. This is what is Tropical Storm Karen. She has sustained winds of 65 miles per hour with gusts up to 75. Indications are she is going to become a Category 1 hurricane at least for a little bit of time, which means she's going to have winds in excess of 74 miles per hour. Now here's what gets to be the very interesting part. There she is right here. Again, the oranges and yellows indicating those cold, thick cloud tops where all of the excitement is, weather-wise, if you will. And here's a look at where she's going to be headed. She's going to make her way toward the north, northeast, and eventually continuing to get closer to our neck of the woods. Now, what does that mean for us as we go into Monday and as we go into Tuesday? Well, indications are still we have the potential of seeing a prolonged heavy rain event. What does that mean? Well, we can be looking at possibly some flooding of some of the small streams and creeks, and we'll be also monitoring the larger rivers, including the Susquehanna as well, if in fact we do get possibly 1, 2, 3 or so inches of rain. Anytime you get these systems, they can produce a lot of rain at one time. Keep in mind, it's not just going to be her, but it's going to be interacting with another weather system. So when you put two weather systems together, sometimes that can spell trouble when it comes to the weather department and weather, and that may happen as we go into Monday and Tuesday as Karen combines with a front. Now, there's nothing going on. This kind of looks like I just threw a bunch of colors on. Trust me, we're okay. We don't have any precipitation to deal with, at least across the northeast right now. 66 are live Lehigh Tire conditions outside our station in Hazleton. Pressure coming in at 30.02 inches of mercury. Our Robert Stevens Face and Body Almanac page for the day, 79 and 57. Averages are 65 and 45, 84 and 30. Record high and low still stand, 703, 642, sunrise and sunset for tomorrow. Nice temperature-wise today, 70s and some lower 80s out there. It is 63 in New Angola, 67 in Berwick, 65 in Shenandoah, 66 in Mahanoy City, and 65 degrees in Danville. Satellite and radar, a little bit of some rain as you head toward the western part of the state, and we may have to deal with a shower through tonight. Skycast precipitation and clouds. As we go through tomorrow afternoon, a couple of showers, maybe a possibility of a thunderstorm could overspread our area. We dry out for our Saturday. Temperature-wise, we stay mild through tonight. Tomorrow, 70s, maybe some lower 80s out there. And we're going to stay mild through our Saturday. Saturday looks very nice. Staying warm for tomorrow. 50s to near 60 as we head through tonight, and as we start going into tomorrow, again, 70s, some lower 80s, a couple of scattered showers, even a possibility of a thunderstorm. Extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys, a division of Arc Electric. So as we get into our Sunday, maybe we'll have to deal with a shower. We can call it the calm before the storm system, because then Monday and Tuesday we'll be looking at least the potential of the remnants of what is now Tropical Storm Karen. So that has the potential of producing quite a bit of rain across our region. Monday going into Tuesday, it'll keep temperatures down a bit with the rain as well as the overcast skies, and then we'll be in the 60s going into Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Our evening Pennsylvania lottery numbers are daily 794, the big 4, 7223. Quinto numbers looking like this: 16087, cash 5, 4, 7, 17, 20, and 27. Back to you, Ann.
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, I'll be joined by American Cancer Society's Jennifer Washington to talk prevention and everything that the Cancer Society has to offer. That and much more coming up on Late Edition.
A winning smile. It's not the secret to success, but it sure helps. Protect your smile by visiting Dr. Weiss for complete dental services. Dr. Weiss offers a full-service denture laboratory on premises, offering dentures in one day. 3 dentists, 4 hygienists, and a team of caring technicians and assistants specializing in quality dentures and repairs, complete general dentistry, extractions, cleaning, and caps. Dr. Weiss, where you can have new dentures in one day.
Heritage Hills 13th Annual Alzheimer's Memory Walk is being held Saturday, October 5th at Heritage Hills Senior Community in Weatherly. Registration is at 9 and the 3-mile walk through picturesque Weatherly begins at 10. There will be a tricky tree auction from 9 until noon. For more information, please contact Lisa Marie at 570-427-4500.
The Gene Berger Performing Arts Center offers everyone the opportunity to experience the arts in a non-competitive atmosphere of education, exploration, creativity, safety, value, and fun. For 18 seasons, their experienced instructors have offered classes for toddlers through adults in tap, jazz, ballet, hip-hop, modern, gymnastics, and even Mommy and Me classes. With opportunities presented each season to perform, students are taught the needed fundamentals on which to build a solid dance foundation. Call and sign up for this season's classes today.
We build tires, but not tires like anybody else. We build Cooper tires for people, not just cars. For chauffeurs and shuttle pilots, heavy haulers and trophy trout fishermen, which is why we've built our new Discoverer AT3 for all traction, all terrain, all the time performance. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go.
Why should you visit Penn State Hazleton?
Because if you come to our Penn State Day open house, there's no application fee. We have fun.
We have the Lion.
We have new scholarship money.
Students are scoring internships
all over the country. Penn State is ranked #1
by corporate recruiters.
And this is your chance to see campus, talk to students, meet professors, and check out everything Penn State has to offer.
Penn State Hazleton.
Check us out at psu.edu/visit Hazleton.
Welcome back to Late Edition. Like I said before, I'm joined by Jennifer Washington, American Cancer Society. As many know, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but like we were talking earlier, it's not just about one month, but this is the most nationally recognized month, and when you think of October, you think of breast cancer awareness.
You're right, but I think we want people to be aware of the fact that they need to be vigilant and be aware about their health care, and breast cancer just doesn't happen in October. So you definitely want to be aware. So it's not just October, it's every month for every kind of cancer. And if you notice anything unusual, we're asking women to contact their doctors and schedule a mammogram, and also to do breast exams as well, because we know if cancer is detected earlier, the outcomes are better, and that's why the awareness is so important.
And it doesn't just affect the older population. It starts at a very young age, even down to 20 years old.
Yes.
All the way up to 100 years old. This is a cancer that affects many ages.
Yes, it does. And there's a small percentage of men who are also diagnosed with breast cancer, so that's something to be aware of as well. It's not. It's typically known as a disease for women, but we also want to make people aware that men can be diagnosed with breast cancer as well, and to be vigilant and take precautions.
And the American Cancer Society offers so many different venues that somebody can go to and to get that help that they need. They have the Look Good, Feel Good, Better program. They have so many different programs. Road to Recovery. Tell me about some of the offers that they can give.
Well, the most most important thing that patients need when they're diagnosed with cancer is information. And you can get that by calling 1-800-227-2345. That's our phone number. And then also, too, that's available 24 hours a day, every day. And also our website, www.cancer.org. We have Road to Recovery, where we have volunteers take patients to and from their appointments. Right. We're always looking for more volunteers. We have Look Good, Feel Better, which is a makeup program for women who are in active treatment for cancer diagnosis. And that's a free program, and they get about $250 worth of makeup.
And they also have wigs as well.
Well, we have a wig. We have several free wig sites. One is at the Hair Cellar with Donna Delahunty, and one is at the Premier Salon at Boscov's. And we have wig banks around the region. So if women need a free wig, they can call the Cancer Society. We also have Reach to Recovery, which is a support group for women who are battling breast cancer. And it's we have survivors who mentor other women and give them support. Call them on the phone while they're going through this journey, because it's a survivor helping someone who's newly diagnosed. It's really important, and we need volunteers for that as well. We have a place called Hope Lodge if people need a place to stay. There's a location in Philadelphia, and there's also a location in Hershey, Pennsylvania. We have our wig banks, like you said, Road, Reach, Look Good, Feel Better. We have different support groups. I talked about the Look Good, Feel Better. We have some upcoming classes coming up in Hazleton. On October 14th at 6 o'clock, we're having one at Geisinger, Hazleton, which is Dr. Gandhi's office. And we also have one on November 4th at noon at the Hazleton Cancer Treatment Center. So I want people to call the Cancer Society if they need information, resources, or any of our free programs. And we also refer people to other services in the community that can help them.
And all of these programs that you deal with that, provide so much information, a peer, somebody to talk to if you're recently diagnosed. What have many of the patients and those that are just curious about the cancer, said about these programs?
Oh, they're very grateful for the programs because they're volunteer-led. It is more than a ride. It is more than makeup. It's people reaching out, community members helping other community members, and that's really the beauty of it. And we're so grateful for the volunteers who help make these programs happen. So it really is more than a ride. And they with the Road program or Reach or Look Good, Feel Better, they make a connection, and that makes a difference to our cancer patients.
And not only the volunteers help out with this, the American Cancer Society and all of these programs, but it's the people themselves, the fundraisers that are held, the Relay for Life, and all these different, like even Donna, raising, you see the pink in my hair now, you'll see that soon. Just being able to see it out there, and the fundraisers that are available are also important to the Cancer Society.
Yes, they are. We have a few coming up. One is Making Strides Against Breast Cancer. I'm wearing a shirt. And that is on Saturday, October 19th at Kirby Park in Wilkes-Barre. And we're also having a cool fundraiser. It's called Spooktacular Survivor Runway. And we have survivors and caregivers who are going to be at this fashion show on Sunday, October 27th from 1 to 3 at Top of the 80s. And it's a $10 donation, and you get light fare, cash bar, and there's tricky trays, because you can't have an event without tricky trays.
Absolutely.
And door prizes, and all the funds raised help people who are affected by cancer. So it's a really one of the many fundraisers that are available out there. And you can look on our website or our Facebook to find programs near you.
And you have all the information up there on your screen. There it is, facebook.com/American Cancer Society, www.cancer.org, and the 1-800 number is up there too.
Yes.
And I just want to thank you for coming here and talking about this. And I know we will have Donna on to talk about other programs that she's involved in and all the different types of help that the American Cancer Society can give. And if you have any questions, if you're not sure how to check yourself, how to get involved, you can contact.
Yes, you can contact the Cancer Society for information. We have free brochures. You can always contact your doctor as well if you have any questions, and also if you need information or services, call our number 1-800-227-2345.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Stay tuned. Beth Mensinger is up with the first half of sports on Late Edition.
Swing to Big Bad Voodoo Daddy October 18th at the Alice E. Wiltsey Performing Arts Center at the Historic Castle in Hazleton. 2013 marks the 20th anniversary of Big Bad Voodoo Daddy's remarkable arrival onto the music scene. And today, the high-energy 9-piece ensemble continues to remind the world that it's still cool to swing big band style. Join the party. Shake and move to the groove October 18th.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
For all your projects large and small, Bedrock Gardens has it all. They are fully stocked and ready to fill your order. Rubber mulch and rubber curbing to match. Lots of color choices to pick from. Wall stone, natural stone, full pallets ready to go. Their bins are full with rich colored quality mulch that will look wonderful all season long. Finish off your fabulous outdoor space with their quality patio furniture and easy to assemble fire pits. Everything you need for your summer projects. Delivery available or just stop by and they will load you up. Bedrock Gardens, locally owned and operated. Call today.
Tonight was probably one of the biggest challenges of the season for the Hazleton area Lady Cougars volleyball team as they hosted a very talented squad from Holy Redeemer. The Lady Royals sit atop of the Wyoming Valley Conference with an unbeaten record of 11-0. The Lady Cougars are close behind, winning 8 and losing 3. Let's get right into the action at the Huey McGean Gymnasium at the Hazleton Area High School. It's the third set. Hazleton Area fell in the first two, 25-19 and 25-12. In the third, the Lady Cougars trail Redeemer 11-7 when Coach Greg Seachak calls a timeout. Here's Redeemer Lawrence Lavosky back serving, and it will be an ace as the Cougars can't handle that one. 12-7 Royals. Kate Landis now serving for Hazleton. She comes up with the dig there, pushing the ball to the visitor's side. Goes back to the Cougars. The girls set up Olivia Roberts, and she will slam it down for the kill. Kaya Swantak now behind the line for the Lady Royals. Cougars bumping it back to the Redeemer side where Lexi Evans will bump the ball and get some serious air right here. Slavosky tries to hammer down, but it's right into the net. Cougars are only down 3 points. This time Nicole Slavosky attempts the kill, but Christy Kashek digs and no one is around in the back corner for Holy Redeemer, and the ball falls for the point. 13-11 Redeemer. Kashak serving, and soon Julia Rudenko jumps for the block, and the point. Lady Cougars only down 1. It's 14-3 Redeemer. Hazleton Area's Rachel Farkas taps it over the net. Redeemer girls are in the net right there, and Hazleton will get the point. It is all tied up at 14s. Next play, Holy Redeemer spike is blocked by the double team of Brianna Woznicki. And Farkas, Lavosky tries to tap it over, and Woznicki with another block. Hazleton goes up 15-14, but eventually in a barn burner of a third set, Redeemer takes the match. The final, 25-22. We talked to Coach Greg Seachak, who had nothing
right
to
now.
face.
I mean, you go against the top team in the state, you go against top competition anywhere, you're only going to get better. And it's only going to get us ready for AAA playoffs, which I'm pretty sure we already made. We beat Valley West and Coughlin, so we're 2-1 in AAA. So I mean, we're doing everything the right way right now, and I can't wait to keep rolling with it.
A high-caliber squad like Holy Redeemer helps get the Lady Cougars ready to possibly make a run in those District 2 AAA playoffs.
You go against the top team in the state, you go against top competition anywhere, you're only going to get better. And it's only going to get us ready for AAA playoffs, which I'm pretty sure we already made. We beat Valley West and Coughlin, so we're 2-1 in AAA. So I mean, we're doing everything the right way right now, and I can't wait to keep rolling with it.
Hazleton Area will be back on the volleyball court next Tuesday, taking the trip to Nanticoke. And Gownley has your top story recaps coming back next. Make sure you stay tuned.
This is a home. This is your neighbor's home. This is another home furnished by Grand Central. All these rooms in all these homes makes everybody so happy. It's so easy to do. It's your room made your way. It's local. It's Grand Central. This week at Grand Central, the price on the floor is the price to your door and not 1 cent more. No tax, no delivery, no kidding. It's now. Floor to door prices. Everybody shops Grand Central, making your house a home.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. You'll meet Marinda, a busy, professional working mom who is feeling a lot better due to good chiropractic care. Her story this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Join us.
recapping tonight's top stories. A wild scene in Washington today as shots are fired at the White House and the Capitol. INN's Phil Doherty has more.
Chaos in the Capitol earlier today when shots were fired. Police say it started when a woman tried to breach White House security by ramming her car into the barricade. She did not get through and was then chased about 12 blocks. Near the Capitol, she began firing and was then shot and killed. A Capitol police officer was also hit. His condition is not yet known. All this happened while the woman's child was in the car with her. The Capitol was on lockdown and security was heightened at the White House as a precaution. No word yet on why she may have done it. The all clear was given just about 1 hour later.
Police have now identified her as 34-year-old Miriam Carey from Stamford, Connecticut. She is also said to have a history of mental illness. Questions whether the city of Hazleton should use community development block grant money to remove debris from a vacant apartment building on the northwest side. At last night's community development meeting, Director Fallon Fermin was questioned by numerous residents and City Councilwoman Jean Mope about the $634,000 in the federal money in the CDBG budget for 2014. Many wanted it to be used to remove the debris of a former apartment building at 590-592 McKinley Street in Hazleton that burned down in April. Member of the City Authority's Board of Directors, John Keegan, says that the city officials should first seek a ruling from the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development to determine if the grant funds can be used for that purpose. Councilman Jack Mundy says that to his knowledge, it's been done before.
I've been saying we should clean it up. It's not coming out of our general fund, it's CD money. The mayor could do it. John Keegan went to a meeting. Why he's against this, I don't know. I have no idea. And I don't know why. You know, Jeannie and I have been fighting for this. I don't know why the other candidates are against it, but I don't know if John Keegan has advised the mayor not to do it for political reasons, but I know he was at the CD meeting last night and argued against it.
Mundy says he has been fighting for the property to be cleaned up for the last couple of months. We spoke with Hazleton Mayor Joe Yanuzzi this afternoon, who says there's nothing they can do about the property until the owner, Lila Yunes from New Jersey, pays the remainder of the money. She already paid $7,000 up front to demolish it, but it will take another $8,000 to have it hauled away. So for now, it just sits there.
We are after her. We're trying to get her legally to bring up that $8,000 or be arrested. You know, we're going to file a warrant for her arrest if she doesn't pay soon. And this is the process we have to go to. Now that we're in litigations, we're not going to go on that property. They want us to go there and clean it. I'm not going to jeopardize the taxpayers' money by going on there and being sued for whatever reason her attorneys could think of. And so we're staying away from it.
Mundy says the way the property sits now is dangerous and hazardous to the community and those living around it.
This should be cleaned up. It's a danger to the neighborhood. It should be cleaned up. It shouldn't be political. It shouldn't be anything. It just should be done. The mayor could do it. He's authorized. Fallon Fermin, the director, said all the mayor has to do is give the go-ahead. They would get quotes. I've even been talking to some people about quotes, and it could be cleaned up, and it should be cleaned up.
Although Keegan voices opinions on the property at last night's meeting, Yanuzzi says he has no final word or dealings with what the city does with the property.
Jack Monday is obsessed with John Keegan. I don't know what it is, but everything that happens, he brings in John Keegan's fault. John Keegan is the reason I'm not doing this, and John Keegan's the reason I'm doing this, and John Keegan. Jackie Monday should get a new name.
And that's not the reason that you're not doing anything?
Absolutely not. No, John Keegan is not involved in McKinley Street decisions at all. He's not involved in any of these.
Barricades have been put up around the property to protect anyone walking by. Yanuzzi says the city will continue to aggressively go after the property owner to obtain the money and have the property cleaned up as soon as possible. Wilkes-Barre police charged 2 people with drug trafficking in the Parsons section of the city. They charged 24-year-old David Torres with possession and trafficking and 46-year-old Joy Flagler with possession of heroin. Police say they were arrested near George Avenue and Sullivan Street following complaints by neighbors of a lot of traffic. Flagler also had an outstanding warrant from the county sheriff's department. And that is a look at tonight's top stories. Time now to once again check in with meteorologist Joe Garbacek in the Bedrock Gardens Weather Center. Joe?
Thank you very much, Ann. Well, we have calm weather heading in our direction for the most part through tonight and tomorrow, maybe a couple of scattered showers and a thunderstorm. But we have a bigger weather picture to talk about as we start going into early next week. I'll be talking about the remnants of what is now Tropical Storm Karen. But before we go to break, you ever notice right now, when it is light out, of course, and the sun is out, that you notice you happen to have a lot of glare out there? That's simply because this is a time of year that the sun is more near the horizon. So as a result, you get more of that glare this time of year versus, say, in July. So always wear those sunglasses when that sun is shining this time of year. I will talk what we can expect coming up with the complete 7-day forecast, including the rain, in a bit.
Managing risk is more than just buying an insurance policy. At Dreyfus, our approach is different. We have 25 risk management professionals who have the tools and experience to help our clients avoid and survive unexpected events. We can help you with risk transfer, OSHA requirements, safe workplace, cybersecurity, and claims management. All of these go well beyond an insurance policy. We're also independent, so we can access dozens of insurance carriers like Grange Insurance, who can insure your auto, home, business, and life. Dreyfus Insurance since 1901 and Grange Insurance since 1935. We're committed to helping you manage risk.
A winning smile. It's not the secret to success, but it sure helps. Protect your smile by visiting Dr. Weiss for complete dental services. Dr. Weiss offers a full-service denture laboratory on premises, offering dentures in one day. 3 dentists, 4 hygienists, and a team of caring technicians and assistants specializing in quality dentures and repairs, complete general dentistry, extractions, cleaning, and caps. Dr. Weiss, where you can have new dentures in one day.
The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated at 542 North Wyoming Street in Hazleton, serving the greater Hazleton area since 1890 and still family owned and operated, offers convenient parking, handicapped accessibility, seating for over 150 people, casket, cremation product showrooms to accommodate traditional, cremation, and pre-planned funerals. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated, 570-454-3341.
This week on Wellness Through Physical Therapy, Ting will bring 2 of his clients along. Missy and Ted, they're going to tell you about their journey to wellness with a little help from Hazleton Physical Therapy. It's coming up this week. Join us.
Welcome back. The Obama administration admits that there are still glitches in the health exchanges. Tom Foreman has some of them.
It has been more like a sputter. Look at all these states across the country in red where people have experienced some problems with the websites as they try to look into and sign up for this program. Some of our producers checked out these systems. In New York, they received a message that said the system was suffering from an internal server error. In Maryland, there were connectivity issues and the web page was not available. In New Mexico, they had problems as well. And in Washington, the whole thing just froze up and the state had to shut it down for troubleshooting. Still, our team got through just fine in Kentucky, Iowa, Connecticut, Oregon, and other places. So while the problems were widespread, they do not appear to be universal. One person may find an issue in some state, in the same state, somebody else, maybe not. The federal government is handling enrollment for 36 states which have opted out of Obamacare and haven't fully established their insurance marketplaces. And this is the message that many people receive there from the federal site. We have a lot of visitors on our site right now, and we're working to make your experience here better. Please wait here until we send you to the login page and so forth and so on. So a lot of issues, not particularly unexpected. This is a massive, complicated program, and President Obama said he expected glitches. Just listen.
Consider that just a couple of weeks ago, Apple rolled out a new mobile operating system. And within days, they found a glitch, so they fixed it. I don't remember anybody suggesting Apple should stop selling iPhones or iPads.
The Department of Health and Human Resources even issued a statement in which they said, we have built a dynamic system and are prepared to make adjustments as needed and improve the customer experience. It looks like there will be a fair number of adjustments to be made, but it is just the beginning, and this sign-up period will go for at least 6 months, so we'll see where they wind up.
That was INN's Tom Foreman. Stay tuned. Beth Mensinger is in with the second half of sports, only on WYLN. All Care Home Care, the health care that you need in the comfort and privacy of your own home.
At All Care Home Care, our caring and compassionate staff of skilled nurses, occupational, speech, physical therapists, dietitian, social worker, and home health aides will give you the professional care you need. Call 459-3002.
With All Care Home Care, you will feel so much better and be able to do so much more.
Remember, it's still your choice. For your care, call us and we'll be there.
I've got 3 great deals for you. Here's a 2013 Mazda 3 iSport sedan, just $187 a month, sign and drive. Or this 2014 Mazda 6 Skyactiv, 38 miles per gallon, $245 a month, sign and drive. Or this great 2014 Mazda CX-5 Skyactiv, just $299 a month, sign and drive.
Plus, we'll give you more for your trade. Burger Mazda, just off exit 145 off ID1, Route 93, Hazleton.
Now, Hazel Park Spring Water is proud to announce that they are the official water of the WYLN Sports Crew and available for home delivery through J.W. Wargo Spring Water Delivery and JoJo's Beverage. Since 1915, the Kreisel family has been serving the area with quality meats. The tradition continues today with 5 generations at Hazel Park Quality Meats, 260 Washington Avenue, West Hazleton, and Redding Specialty Meats, located at 216 East 4th Street in Berwick. Here are some of this week's specials.
As a diabetic, where do I turn for the special healthcare products and advice I need?
Come into your nearby Good Neighbor Pharmacy. We specialize in the unique concerns and needs you have as a diabetic patient. Your Good Neighbor pharmacist has a fully trained staff, stocks a broad selection of the products you need, and takes a personal interest in your health and well-being.
Swing to Big Bad Voodoo Daddy October 18th at the Alice E. Wiltsey Performing Arts Center at the historic castle in Hazleton. 2013 marks the 20th anniversary of Big Bad Voodoo Daddy's remarkable arrival onto the music scene. And today, the high-energy 9-piece ensemble continues to remind the world that it's still cool to swing big band style. Join the party. Shake and move to the groove October 18th. WYLN TV 35, first in live sports.
Hi, I'm Ron Jaworski. For the best in local TV sports, watch WYLN TV 35.
WYLN TV 35 has it covered.
Hi, my name is Vince Papelli. I'm a former Philadelphia Eagle wide receiver and special teams guy, and for local sports coverage, I watch only WYLN 35.
WYLN TV 35, the event, not just the highlights.
It appears the Josh Freeman soap opera in Tampa Bay has ended. The Bucs released him this afternoon. This comes after he was fined by the club for missing team meetings. Meetings ownership admits it told him not to attend. The Bucs say they tried to trade him but found no takers. The club must pay him his remaining $6.25 million salary for the rest of this season. Freeman threw for 4,065 yards, 27 touchdowns, and 17 interceptions in 2012. Last year, he was the Flyers' starting goalie. This year, Ilya Bryzgalov will play for the Las Vegas Wranglers of the AA East Coast Hockey League. Terms of the deal were not released. The Flyers bought Bryz out at the end of last season. He had a .900 save percentage and a 2.79 goals against average. Patrick Roy has made a big splash as an NHL coach. He was fined $10,000 for an outburst in his first game behind the bench of the Colorado Avalanche. While went bonkers after a non-call on rookie Nathan McKinnon, he then got into arguments with 2 of Anaheim's players. The Phillies outrighted right-hander Zach Miner, infielder Pete Orr, lefty Mauricio Robles, and utility man Michael Martinez today. Miner pitched 28 and 2/3 innings this year and had a 4.40 ERA for the Phillies. Miner is a veteran of parts of 5 major league seasons. Orr had just 22 appearances in his 3rd straight season in the Phillies organization. He's a career .257 hitter in the majors, but has a strong .684 on-base and slugging percentage in AAA. Martinez hit just .187 with the Phillies. The Phillies also lost Tyler Cloyd to the Indians via waivers claims. Cloyd spent most of this past season with the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. Former Major Leaguer Chad Curtis was sentenced today for a criminal sexual conviction last month. He got 7 to 15 years in prison. Curtis was convicted of touching 2 teenage girls at a Michigan high school where he was a volunteer strength trainer. And it didn't take Dale Swayam long to find a new job. Just a few days after being fired by the Cubs, he was hired as a coach for the Kansas City Royals. Swayam had previously been a coach in Milwaukee under Royals manager Ned Yost. Now let's get to that scoreboard. More playoff baseball tonight for the National League teams. In the early game, the Bucks got romped in St. Louis by the Cards 9-1. Carlos Beltran, 3-run homer in that one. Adrian Gonzalez also going yard for the Dodgers in tonight's game. At last look, they lead the Braves 6-1 in the 6th. In Thursday Night Football, another barn burner. It's tied at 24 between the Bills and the Browns. In the NHL, Bruins win 3-1. Washington over Calgary 5-4 in a shootout. Penguins, they shut out the Devils. The Kings and the Wild are tied in OT at 2, and the Rangers trail the Coyotes 1-0. Florida and Dallas are also tied at 1, and the Canucks are up 1-0 over the San Jose Sharks. That one is in the first period. Stick around, Joe G has the rest of your weather.
Buy it at Barber Ford. It's a cut above the rest. Buy it at Barber Ford. Honest people where the deals are the best. Now is the time. Barber Ford is the place. The best cause I hear there's no mistake. You can't buy better. You can't buy better than Barber Ford.
Barber Ford, Route 309 in Hazleton and on Route 11 in Exeter.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
Everyone knows Dan here at Heritage Hill. He's been devoted to our family of residents for over a decade. Experienced, nurturing, exceptional. It's what our care team is all about. Our residents enjoy personal care, homemade meals, day trips, clubs, and social activities. Shepherd's Garden, our memory care neighborhood, ensures a compassionate and secure environment. Come meet us. We're honored to share our hearts, our home, our heritage of caring. Heritage Hill Senior Community in Weatherly. Call today for your free personal tour.
Taking a look at our Live 35 Skycast Doppler. We've got nothing to show you across the northeast. It is dry, but notice out toward the west. You can see the leading edge of a little bit of some rain, maybe a few flashes of lightning. But we may encounter one of those as we go through tonight, but not a whole lot going on. And then as we go into tomorrow afternoon, some more showers around, maybe the possibility of a thunderstorm. 67 are live Lehigh tire conditions outside our station in Hazleton. Pressure coming in at 30.04 inches of mercury. And there you can see the winds coming in at about 5 miles per hour. It's 69 Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport, 65 degrees in Mount Pocono, 61 in Selinsgrove, 69 in Williamsport, 68 in State College. Up in the Wyoming Valley area, temperatures holding in the 60s to near 70 degrees. You can see the leading edge of a little bit of some rain from the west toward the east. Now, a lot of that's going to start to fizzle out as it makes its way toward the east. So every location won't see anything tonight. Most locations probably will stay dry. And as we go into tomorrow, some of those clouds will be on the increase by the afternoon hours. A couple of showers cannot be ruled out. But it's going to be warm, and it's going to be warm through our Saturday, even going into our Sunday, and then lots of changes. Plenty of changes take place early next week. Here's another look at the eye of the storm and the path of Karen. And there she goes. As she makes her way toward the north and east, she's going to interact with the front, and that, between the front and the remnants of Karen, can spell us seeing a pretty potential significant rain event as we go into our Monday and as we go into our Tuesday with temperatures in the 60s. So, you know, we've gone through a long time without seeing any significant rain. This may make up for it, but we are due. We are.
We are. So when are you getting your hair pinked? You're going tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it'll be all pink.
A little spike coming out of your head. I could see it. They were talking about it in the control room. It would look
That
pretty
would
nice.
be interesting. As long as it's not blue, it would not be interesting.
No, it has to be.
of course.
He doesn't get it.
I get it. I know it. Yeah, I know.
See what we have to deal with?
We will see you all tomorrow.
Look what I have to deal with. 2 women and me. That's enough said. Good night.